With COVID and whatnot, it's been a pretty weird fishing season, and today's a pretty weird day as it's my last day out of the season and that's me done. So it's a kind of sad day really, and kind of a bit surreal after the way the year has been. So I'm gonna dander down here, have a few casts, and then I'll move to another river and have a few casts and call it done. It's a cold autumn day. It was, I don't know, 2 or 3 degrees last night, and it'll certainly be in single figures today. And there's big rain showers going about, though I'm not actually getting one at the minute. So it's just, it feels like the fishing season is over. It's just one of those weird autumn days, you know. Nice to be out though. Much lower water here than the last day I was here, and really a bit too low to be ideal. But we'll have a quick fish down it and then we'll go somewhere else, I think, really. I'm only here to say goodbye for this season, to make a cup of tea and to sort of, don't know, put an end stop to this part of the season, you know. It's kind of weird, I always think, coming out the last day. Again, for the people who are interested in such things, I'm on a silver stoat, a tiny one, and a tiny red shrimpy thing. Just because red seems to have done well for me this year. And usually it's orange I would fish at this time of the year. But the red just seems to be doing better. I think I'm going to get a big dump of rain in a minute, because there's been big showers going around all morning. So we don't want to spend too much time. I'll go up and fish down the 2 wee pools above this maybe, and then basically that'll be me. Maybe come down this one some more, and then away I go. So once you get down here, there's always a few fish in the weeds on the far side, and often you see no sign of them. But I've had a few pretty exciting follows here. I've never hooked a fish out of it, but I've had them follow me halfway across the pool, and it don't half brighten up your day, you know. Looks like mountaineering, yeah. But I've come up here for a wee cast. We'll kind of start here and fish down the wee line of pools and see if we can't do some business. I suppose we've already kind of fished the bottom one anyhow, but you get the idea. It's just a day out, just to round off the season, and it's nice to have somewhere like this to come to round off the season, and a choice of several different rivers and lochs and options, you know. I guess it's the nice thing about fishing here. Basically, you have more fishing than you can ever deal with, you know, and more of these blooming rushes as well. Just pop up a wee step and just cover this wee bit because, let's see. As you can see, the river has been quite big. I caught the bank behind me, so I think that's us pretty much done here. So despite moving one wee fish, and I don't think it was a salmon to be fair, I think it was just a wee brown trout or maybe a wee finnock, you know. So I think we'll fish the next wee pool down. Well, that's me finished on the new pool for this year. Hard to believe, isn't it? So we'll get down now, have another wee cast down here, and have a cup of tea maybe. That cup of tea seems like it's getting more and more attractive with every passing minute, you know. If you're a visitor to Lewis, you can get access to all the water I'm intending to fish today pretty easily. They're all available on day tickets. As you can see, and if you watch any of my videos, you can see they're rarely crowded. And they produce fish, you know. It's really what's not to like. Our problem here is we're spoilt for choice. I think in a strange way that's the problem visitors face as well, in that they're kind of spoilt for choice. So they tend to do whatever, I don't know, somebody on the internet told them to do, or they read in trout and salmon, or no idea how they found out. But whereas part of the fun here, I think, is maximizing the variation, you know. wanted a wee bit of slack in it and let it swing round. Unfortunately, this time tomorrow I'll be on the ferry and headed for the mainland. And it's a bit of a shame, like you can see why you're gonna miss this, you know. And there's a few stags out there, I'm watching them. I'm sure you can't see them in the GoPro because the GoPro's so wide angle and they're a long way out. But they're on that hill just below the rainbow, you know. And actually, there's something down here as well. I don't know if it's a hind or a person. I think it's a hind. Yeah, there's a hind feeding down below as well. So I don't know exactly how many deer there are out there, but there's 5 or 6 anyhow, you know. Lovely day for it. So I'm going to have a cast down here, down the big pool, and then I'm going to make tea, and then I'm going to move to the River Creed, I think. Just I fancy a cast on the Creed just to finish the season, you know. We cast here, we cast in the Creed, and that'll do us. But I'm going to miss it, to say the very least. That's me down to the tail of the long pull, and I think that's me done this year for grass. I'm gonna have a cup of tea and then I'm gonna call it done here. It's always a certain sadness that you finish up somewhere for the year, you know. Still, I had a salmon out of grass this year, which is really quite a remarkable feat. So I can't complain at all, and it's a fantastic place, as you can see, and also, as you can see, not exactly overrun with other anglers, so it's an ideal spot for a cast, you know. A last quick cup of tea on grass for this year. The Angling Association here do a great job with this river, you know. Fantastic place for local anglers and for visitors, you know. It's really... So if you're thinking of coming to Lewis, you should certainly look into getting a cast here. And the salting's on down fish when there isn't water in the river. But I mean, it is a fraction low today, but I just wanted to come up here. I'm just rounding out my season, you know. I've moved rivers now for a quick cast here. As you can see with this sun, it isn't exactly promising. But on the other hand, might as well give it a wee dunt just to finish off the fishing for the year, you know. And it's always nice to come somewhere like this and just have a quick day out. I don't have long, I need to be away home, so I'll see how we go. The wind's going to be a wee bit tricky in places, as well as the sun. Yeah. So we're not necessarily onto a winner, but if we can get some cloud, there's always a wee chance. Well, there we go, the falls pool again, if you can hear me over the wind. And not as high as it was the last day I was here, but still looking pretty good, you know. And the river still has fishable water. So on up, let's keep going, because I'm short of time now, you know. I need to sort myself out for the ferry, so I need to keep moving. There's a wee shower of rain coming on, so I thought I would stop here and have a cast. I wasn't going to stop here at all, I was going to keep going for a bit. But there is always a fish here. Don't know what that is. It's probably some sort of secret spy plane coming to see what flies I'm using. Just watch my videos, I'd tell them. So lunch and tea are in the process of brewing as we speak. And I just thought, seeing as the cloud was here, I might as well just keep putting the flies down this wee pool. And the thing is, I've just saw what I'm pretty convinced was the bow wave go down the pool. I wasn't completely paying attention, but I'm pretty certain that's what it was. Because as you can see, it's quite a smooth sort of pool. I can't see him, and in fact now the sun's come out I most definitely can't see him, but I can occasionally hear that there's a red stag roaring, probably I think in those trees that are out in front of me. I'm just having my cup of tea before I eat my lunch and he started up, and he's making a bit of a racket. He's obviously fairly angry. Fabulous to come out here and hear all this stuff, you know. Oh, there's a wee trout or something jumped in there. I'm not hearing him again, unfortunately. But he's probably too far away for you to hear anyhow. I certainly can't see him, but if he's in among the trees, then you wouldn't, you know. Might be that he's down below them. Maybe once we get up onto this wee hilly bit, we'll see him, you know. There's whatever that was, jumped again. I think it must be a wee brown trout. It's making quite big splash though, so it must be quite a sizable wee brown trout. There you go, I've even got a wee rainbow. Well, coloured fish, but we coloured hen fish, you know. I really don't want it in my side in the bank. I would like it to make its way out a bit. Well, that was impressive. This one's been an impressive jumper, if nothing else. Oh no, it's a cockfish. I thought it was a wee coloured henfish. It's on the red shrimp. Huh? It's on the red shrimp again. And I don't like the net. Oh, there we go. Oh, well, you know, decent wee fish. So you see, I've gained a new grouse pal here, who's just in front of me. I'm just walking down from the junction pool, but he's got his beady eye on me. What do you see if we walk up to him? Oh, there they go. Aren't they amazing? So we've had roaring stags and late season grills and now red grouse as well, all just on our wee walk out here today. And I think that's what makes the autumn fishing the best. I know other people like other times of year, and I'm all for that as well, you know. But I think you just can't beat it. Been out here, you know, and the stags are all roaring and grouse are flapping about, and the salmon are just starting to move back up and down the river. And it's just exciting, you know. Pity this is my last day of it. But all stuff has to come to an end, you know. This is kind of pain to walk on. And I'm making squeaky noises. But the other side to it is, if you're not willing to walk it, you don't get to fish. And there's a certain kind of usefulness in that, you know. So, what a night, eh? So that's me rounding out my season, just trying to clip the flies off and call it done for another year. Just amazing, isn't it, that it's another year over and done with, you know. But I've had a few great days out and sure I can't complain. And I even had a wee fish off the junction today as an extra bit of a bonus, because really today was only a day out to finish me off. So with a few more wee casts here and the sun nearly gone, the nights don't half close in, we'll call it done for another year.